Season greetings, good friends. It is that time of the year again, the time for festivities. It is the time for people to take their well-deserved rests. And some are driving, going on holidays. Some have, taken those long drives, driving back home to be with their families, as it is a norm around this time of the year. 2021 was just as hard a year as 2020 was. The year presented a lot of challenges to many. Some have lost their family members through COVID. Some have been affected, you know, in their workplaces. Some have lost their jobs, and some businesses have suffered. A lot of people have had, a very difficult time this year. Also, as udoda ndoda, we've had our challenges, but when we started this year, what was in our minds was to, implement, make sure that we do, we do everything that we had planned to do, and make sure that the programs that we have, are kick-started. And of course, we've had our challenges as well, because there was lockdown. We're not able to mingle with men as we wanted to. We're not able to have those gatherings with men that we wanted to have. We've had to postpone many gatherings, we had planned, and some we've managed to reschedule and, got to have them. Some we could not. But of course, the year was difficult to everyone. We were not spared. Also, as this was a year for us to implement, we believe that we have made strides, in as far as our GPV programs are concerned. We had activations, in places where, we did not think we'll be able to go to. We've had activations at R55 Chill Out, in Olivenhout, Bosch. We were able to, launch our East London, in fact, Eastern Cape branch, and we had our gathering in East London, Duncan Village, where men came together and we spoke on gender-based violence. We spoke on, all, things that are pertaining to, how we relate to women. Also, one of our programs, which is the Uncles Club, as the Uncles Club, at the core of our programs, we want to be those mentors, want to be those uncles who go out there and make sure that we mentor the young boys. And unfortunately, in the process of doing that, we found ourselves having to, show support, to young girls. And we've had a program where we're collecting, bought, and even, handed over sanitary towels to a young lady who's a beauty queen in East London, Duncan Village. We assisted there because we saw a need, and we realized that, it is important for us to take advantage of opportunities like those as men. It is our role as men to support, our daughters, our sisters as well. Also, as Uncles Club, we also looked at raising money to support those young kids that are from families that are not affording. And we've set money aside to support, those kids, and we are in the process of dealing with those individuals. Names have come through, and we are going to support. We are going to support, those young kids. But also, our plan is that at the beginning of the next year, we'll look at supporting these kids with uniform, and make sure that, when they are starting their year, they do not start, feeling poorer, than the rest of the other kids in their classes. So these are some of the things that we have done and that we continue to do. Of course, men fighting against gender-based violence We've pushed, we've done quite a number of things rigorously. We've also managed to host some of, people, personalities that are quite known, people who have a voice, and we've had discussions, and we were able to, spread the word around that we as Dodandoda, we are we are the type of men that want to be there. The fact that we are fighting, we are actively fighting against gender-based violence. For us, howling and dishing out statements is really not helping. We feel that we need to be there. We need to have, our hands dirty in making sure that gender-based violence awareness is pushed, and is pushed, even to places where, you would not necessarily find men having these useful discussions. So it was a tough year, of course, but we thank the Lord that we have managed to push as much as we did. And of course, it would not have happened, had it not been for the men who have given themselves, who've given their time, who've given their resources in making sure that, these programs are really pushed, because we do not have funding. We're not funded by anyone. We were self-funded, and we, in spite of all that, we have managed, to cover some grounds. And it is, with pride that we look back at this year and say we have done what we could under the circumstances. Of course, as you, dear friends, are driving home, going home, we understand that, some of you guys have lost family members in the course of the year, and now you're going back to, those homes where the void and the pain, will be felt even more. And we understand that, it's, to some, it's not the most joyous time this year because of such pains. And we want to say, these things, they do happen, and when they happen, it is our role and our duty, as members of society, to make sure that we hold each other, to make sure that we support each other, and we just want to say Merry Christmas to everyone. We say Merry Christmas to, those families that are going through the most right now. We say it is time indeed to converge and come together, and if it means, that those wounds will have to, be touched again, let it be, so that there can be that proper healing. There can be that healing, that is not going to be felt again. Around this time, indeed, we want to say thank you very much to those who have supported us, in different ways. We want to say we continue with the work that we do, and we believe that with the support that you guys are giving us, we will still continue. We also invite, our brothers, we invite our sisters to make sure that, they tell their spouses, their boyfriends, their brothers, their husbands, of the work that we do, because this is not, our work. It is everybody's work. Ours is to make sure that, we implement that which, is a program of this noble organization we call Dodandoda, I Am My Brother's Keeper. Guys, have a Merry Christmas, and remember that Christmas, it is the time, that we remember the greatest gift that God could have given to mankind. We remember that Jesus at some point was born. He was given birth to by Virgin Mary, so that he can be, a lamb that will be slaughtered, that will be killed for the remission of our sins. And we believe that, it is in times like this that we need to embrace that spirit of forgiveness and really move forward as men and as families. Once again, have a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. See you again in the next year. Thank you.